bitch, I'm a beast.
What's happening? Yeah, back active on Uncommon Sense, man. You already know where you at, man. Hey, Tip then responded, man. Tip has something to say back to Boosie Boo. So I hope you got your dictionary and I hope you got your thesaurus. Cause he finna use a lot of big words, even though thesaurus is like a big word, sound like a dinosaur. Anyway, man, I hope you got your vocabulary up, man. Cause you know Tip had something to say with his big vocabulary, man. Let's see what Tip had to say. We're gonna get straight into the footage and see what's going on. And him replying back to Boosie by Boosie calling him a big old Chuck E. Cheese rat, man. Yeah.
So yeah, man, like we were saying, you found yourself in a pretty interesting situation today. Pretty interesting situation, man. You are the headline.
A kerfuffle.
A kerfuffle. Yeah, kerfuffle. In intent.
A kerfuffle? Tip, come on, Tip. A kerfuffle? Come on, man.
Woman of Instagram drama, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, for those of y'all who don't know what's going on, Mr. Harris here was, for lack of better words, called out is the parentheses word we'll use.
Now, I don't even think that. It wasn't called out. It was questioned.
Questioned by Lil Boosie today. And the question is about this man's involvement of telling.
Yeah, cooperation. Shit was confusing because he and I have a relationship.
Right.
And it's so many times, like when somebody had your phone number and your address, and you know they could have called or pulled up, and you have like so many very, very important mutual acquaintances, it just baffled me as to how it ended up.
There's more ways to communicate than not communicate.
I mean, the public internet route is crazy.
Right.
But that's, I guess, what prompted you to reach out to me to say, hey,
what the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on here? You got,
but I appreciate
we got
that.
Action? Yeah, man.
I appreciate that, you know, and that's kind of what I would have expected from a person I have a real relationship with.
Right.
A phone call. Like, hey, bro, I got a question
The
about
respect
this.
of.
You did?
Yeah.
I mean, so that made it wild, you know.
Because y'all did have that project coming out together, TV shows, all kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, the thing
a whole
is,
rollout.
Hey, look, man, don't now one of us need the other one in order to get out here and make that shape. You see what I'm saying? So whatever we were doing, it was because we wanted to do it.
Right.
Which, you know, is neither here nor there. But when you are standing on something solid, you got to make sure what you're standing on is actually solid.
Right.
If you put your reputation or relationship that's valuable on something that you aren't sure of, and you speak on that publicly, what you're standing on ain't solid. And if it flimsy, then you are only as strong as this. You're going to be held accountable.
And not to interrupt you, but because we live in such a clickbait clip society, 30 seconds of news to tell an hour-long story, the pivotal point of this conversation that Boosie had with Vlad is the word if.
Yeah, and that's why I would confuse it to
He never said T.I. did do this. It's if T.I. did this.
It can't be said. But anyway, so it went from sounding like someone certain about something, or excuse me, someone uncertain about something. Mm-hmm. Then they went to as though this is certainly what will happen. Right. On the other end of it. Right. Then they went back to, but I'm not certain. I don't even think that it's, and that to me, I couldn't follow it. I couldn't make sense of it.
Yeah, because it's if he is, you know, had done these
things.
If
he did, I'm going to do this.
Right.
But I don't think he did. I wouldn't have never put that out there like that about nobody who I had any kind of a relationship with. I'd have picked up the phone and said, hey man, did you do this?
So in dealing in actuality of you guys' relationship, in dealing in what it actually is, would you expect him to know you better than that, to not even question it, or would you just expect the courtesy of a phone call of a real nigga, quote unquote?
I have to say both.
Okay.
I have to say both, which he kind of alluded to.
Because being a real nigga is why I called you like, hey, cuz, what's the deal?
I just appreciate the thought of, you know, getting the facts.
Right.
And not just playing in the circus. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you want facts, you want something real, then you come and ask real questions, get real answers,
from a real person,
and have a real understanding.
Right.
And if you just throwing that shit, like, I don't know if it did or it didn't, but if and then, and that kind of like, they're just stirring up the circus.
Right.
And I wouldn't do that with nobody who I had no real relationship with.
So do you think he was more concerned about getting that click for that interview more so than actual maintaining the relationship with the friend?
One thing I ain't gonna do is, I'm not gonna assume what nobody would do. I'm only gonna look at the reality of what was done.
What happened. Right. Right. Is there anything about that particular interview that made you, obviously the whole thing is unsettling?
I haven't seen it, bro.
Do you plan on watching it?
Nah.
Why not?
I mean, I got the gist of it.
I mean, but then one can make the point that you watching the clip.
Man, I ain't really watched that for real. People call me and was like, hey man, what's up with this? I'm like, man, I don't know, I ain't seen it. And I read like the headline of it, but I don't want to give it too much energy, to be honest with you.
Right.
But what I can do is address the facts.
Which are?
Yeah, I mean, the for one, the conversation came from a conversation I was having on my platform, expeditiously. And having a platform, you know, my job, because I am not bound or restricted to nobody's opinion of me. My life don't change. No matter what you think of me, my life gonna remain the same.
Right.
So I have the luxury or the ability to say things that other people might not say. I can offer some alternative perspective to the way things are being viewed by the majority.
Right. Open up conversation.
Open up the floor for conversation about taboo topics. Free thinking.
Right.
So I have that luxury, and that's what I was doing. But it came from a conversation that my partner and I were having, and that conversation was, hey bro, if me and you catch a case together and I die before you, it's mine.
Right.
It's mine. He's like, nah, I can't do that. Yes, you can. It's mine. Why can't you?
Right.
I don't understand it.
Dead man can't go to jail.
I just don't understand it.
Right.
You understand? I mean, and he said, nah, I can't do it. You know what I mean? He said, man, I can't really say nothing about anybody who do, but I can't do it. So off of that conversation, I created a set of circumstances. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I thought that the embellishment was clear when I said I talked to my cousin and he told me.
They didn't get the satire in the conversation. They didn't get the change of inflection of voice. They didn't get the fact that you was basically being sarcastic.
Humor, sarcasm,
satire might be too much of a shit for him. Let's call it sarcasm.
Yeah,
he was fucking around.
Tip said it is cool to tell on the dead, man. Basically, you know, I don't want to put no words in the mouth, but he did say, I'm having a conversation with my people about if we get in trouble together and I pass before you do, man, put it all on me, man. It's all on me. On me. Put it on me. On gang. On. You feel me? So, I don't know, man. Boosie didn't like it. He said he cut up, but I do understand what Tip's saying, because I kind of say this about anybody that has actual relationships. Excuse me, actual relationships in the game. People that know each other and close. Anything that happened, bro, don't run to the internet, man. Look, let me tell you, people like shit about Vlad and shit. You know, other culture vultures. He Vlad, I never liked Vlad. I would never, nothing with Vlad. But I'm just saying, like, he is a detective. He used to work in like a police officer or something. He's like interrogation, and you be answering these questions. Like some of the questions that he asks you, you don't have to answer. And that go for all of them, Boosie, whoever. Look, I get to like, hey man, call me so you can understand what's going on. Don't just run to Vlad and get to run in your mouth. I don't even know nothing about what you talking about. Nope. I ain't know the album was over with. I don't know nothing. All I know is you done went to Vlad. He asked you a question. You done went off, bro. And all you had to do was call my phone. You had any concern about what was going on. So I dig that part. You know what I'm saying? But I also did the part of what Boosie saying is, but you're snitching. I don't care if he dead or alive. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and I say I understand that by saying, someone who thinks like Boosie, that come from the type of mindset and mentality Boosie got, of course he thinks they're snitching, so of course he gonna be on that. I get That's what I mean when I say I get it, because the way he thinks, that makes sense for him to think that's snitching. And the way T.I. thinks, I see that he thinks that's not snitching. I get that. And he said he was being sarcastic and funny. And the clip, like I said from the previous video, it's old, bro. It's old. It's not new. So, I don't know. But Boosie just wanted to throw the whole friendship and project and other opportunities that they had that they was going to do some joint ventures together out the window because of what Tip said. So it is affecting Tip in some type of way, even if it's right or wrong. And that's just my uncommon sense opinion about it. I guess that's just what it is. So, hey. Part 2 of this shit, man. This shit can be an ongoing story, bro. But I don't know, man. Us uncommon thinkers, man. Like I said, I think all of it is stupid. But you know, to the street gangs, to the street people, to the caveman thinkers, snitching means so much to their lives. So they can't deal with no rats. So until the next time, man, I guess, man, don't deal with the rats if you live in that tight life. I'm outta.